Behind us, a live look this morning at Notre Dame, the iconic cathedral still smoldering after firefighters battled to save it. The building survived the French Revolution, the siege of Paris, 2 world wars, and Nazi occupation, falling to flames. Crowds watched in disbelief as its spire buckled into the 12th century building.
It was the moment that she started crying when we watched that spire fall down.
The emotional French President Macron vowing to rebuild the main structure, bell towers, and facade, and most precious artifacts like the crown of thorns saved, and the cross still standing over the altar. Macron said an international campaign will be launched to help with the rebuilding. Already, a French billionaire has pledged $200 million to the efforts. Many people around the world are mourning the loss of the centuries-old cathedrals. Almost 13 million people visit the historic site each year. Today and right now we have one of those in our studio. Joining us right here, our Stephanie Escobar. She studied abroad in France and visited many historical sites. Now, Stephanie, how recent was your visit to the cathedral?
I visited 10 years ago when I went for my study abroad program in France. And it was incredible to see that beautiful church as you're going down the river, which is called La Seine. You can see this majestic church just in front of you. Is breathtaking.
Now, what was it like? Your reaction just had to be really emotional when you saw what was happening with that thing.
Yeah, it was terribly sad to see that church really burning yesterday. We were watching the live feed and it just broke my heart to see it.
What do you remember about some of the architecture that you saw?
Well, obviously the spire, it really stands out. You can also see the vaulted ceilings are beautiful and the stained glass is incredible.
What was something that you remember, something that stood out?
I think the stained glass, because it's all over the church and it's very iconic of many European churches, so it was great to see.
Well, our hearts are breaking along with you, Stephanie. Thank you for joining us.
And this morning, I know that even after it had happened, you're just as emotional the day after it happened.
Yeah, I broke down crying in the newsroom today because I just feel for the people in France and also for all the Catholics who really enjoy and visit those churches, and now that we're in Holy Week too.
And I know we had some photos there to see as well.
Yeah, and you've got some friends there as well.
Yes, I do. I have some friends there and they told me that that church is the heart of Paris. So even if you're not Catholic, you love that church and you feel that it's part of your community and part of a great city.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. It breaks our hearts to see anything of history breaking.